The ups and downs of Sam Howell. We're in the bubble, and we're going to cut through that haze of the DMV to bring you the daily Commanders update here on 8 June for the third day of minicamp. All that right here on Ref the District. Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Ref the District. I'm Nathan Perry. That's the Stoner, and this is your daily Commanders update. It's the third day of minicamp, Stoner, and they had to move things inside. The Canadian wildfires kind of making everything a little smoky and the air quality not so great. What do you make of the move inside the bubble?
I think it's pretty smart to do that, just to take that extra precaution. I know those guys don't like going into the bubble, the coaches especially, because it's more confined. I think there was one play where Terry caught one down in the corner of the end zone and almost went through the bubble because you run out of room. But it's still smart to do that. I was in DC today, down there right by the Capitol and everything. I think it's a little bit overblown, Nathan. I don't know that it's necessarily that overwhelming, but it's just a precaution just to make sure that the guys are going to be out there working hard. And if you don't have to expose them to those pollutants, don't let them get inside and get some work done.
I think it just kind of helps point us to the future where we're going to have better practice facilities in the future. So we'll see. We'll see on that one. Sam Howell had an up and down day, Stoner, threw picks to both Percy Butler and Troy Apke.
Trapke season,
as our man Trev would say, but then turned around and threw a couple good touchdown passes on the 11-11s. What do you make of Sam Howell's up and down day?
Pretty typical for a rookie quarterback or a first-year starter. I think that's pretty typical for him to go out there and throw some picks, but throw some nice balls. He got a lot of praise from the offensive coaches, and especially Coach Rivera, who said his footwork has really improved from last year. And that seemed to be the biggest issue with him last year, is the footwork. And so they're praising his footwork, and they even went as far to say that he is QB-1 going into training camp, which is going to be in a couple of months, sometime in late July, early August, whenever that is. And that's a big deal. I think that's a big deal because I think that's really the first time that they've said, look, he's going to be QB-1. They've kind of hinted at it. When they go into OTAs, we'll give him the first opportunity. But this time they said he's QB-1 going into training camp. I think that's a pretty big deal. It's kind of being downplayed a little bit, but it's a bigger deal than most people think.
I think that we're just expecting the other shoe to drop when it comes to Ron Rivera and say, wait, he's QB-1 now, as he has already. But that is a good thing for our young QB. They are pretty excited. And I think the big reason why we're seeing him stay as QB-1 is that not only are they excited, but they know he has growth potential. With Jacoby Brissett, I'm pretty sure that he's Jacoby Brissett at this point.
Yeah.
And so having a young guy who you can mold and see some of this arm talent that Ron Rivera talked about, pretty exciting stuff. We'll see how that goes in training camp. They do have one more practice session on Tuesday. Their time is cut a little short this time because they were caught with 2 physical practices last year. So going to be a little difference there. We were talking about the offense. Benjamin St. Juste said that there's a lot more explosive plays that they're seeing here in practice. There's different routes. There's not as conservative. Are you excited for this Eric Bieniemy offense that he's bringing to just minicamp right now?
How can you not be excited for a guy who is hyped to be one of the best minds in all of football, who's been rumored to be head coach material for so long? You can't not be hyped. A double negative there. You have to be super hyped about having Eric Bieniemy as the guy installing a new offense, and an offense that has obviously worked in other places with better players. And so now he's going to get a chance to do that here. I'm super excited to see what it brings. Is he going to be able to bring out that potential in Gibson and Samuel and continue with the ascent of Terry McLaurin and there's so much to look forward to with Eric Bieniemy. I'm super excited for it.
Well, the last update for today is Ron Rivera saying the biggest hurdle for the team to overcome between now and training camp is the sale of the team. Nothing on the field right now for Ron Rivera. He feels pretty good about that. The sale of the team is the last thing that's looming over their shoulder. What do you think is going to happen here? Rails did have a meeting with the finance company just last night.
Yeah, it's eventually going to get done. When it gets done, we don't know for sure. I keep hearing things now that it's going to be sometime in late July, maybe early August, right before camp, right around when camp starts. By the time they get all their ducks in a row and get those things signed and make the deal happen, I think that also is a bigger deal than we're making it out to be. For example, Dalvin Cook was released today by the Vikings. If the Commanders wanted Dalvin Cook, they pretty much cannot go get Dalvin Cook because they don't know what the money situation is. It's all in flux right now. So they can't do anything. And I think that's Ron Rivera's point when he said that. He said, we're just waiting for this to finish so we can do things with this organization. And that means signing guys who are available to help the depth of this team, or in the case of Dalvin Cook, would really put a pop into your offense. I'm not advocating for Dalvin Cook. I'm just saying that they can't do things like that. When guys start getting released, they can't go out and get them until this gets done. So that's a really big deal, and hopefully it'll be done right before camp starts.
Well, you heard it here first. Stoner wants Dalvin Cook and burgundy and gold.
I wouldn't kick him out.
We are going to bring you all the good updates for our team here, the Washington Commanders, every day at 7:30. Of course, you can catch us live Wednesday at 7:30 right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until next time,
let's go to camp. Let's get it.
Be a fan.